Hello, welcome to the middle of a build. So what we're doing today is I actually wanted to build Connect 4. I saw someone had built a fairly non-interactive Connect 4. You had to figure out if you won. It was just marking X and O's into a spreadsheet, sort of like something like this, like a sort of just taking squares and saying, let's resize them to like 30, and then resize these, something like this, resize to 30. Actually, we should probably do, I think it was like 7 across, 30, and then doing something like this, like having a nice little something like that, and then just saying, X and O, and you could do a connect 4 in there, right? But you have to figure out who won, right? You can't sort of programmatically say who won or who lost. And as I was looking at this, I was trying to figure out how to build it. It's very difficult to figure out how to build something like this, just to say, have you won or lost? And if you were programming this, if you were a programmer, maybe it might be actually fairly simple to just get a sort of put all of these into a join list and say, do 4 X's exist all together? And I might actually try to build that in some way, but like the diagonal is the hardest, right? X, 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 or O, 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 right? And I wanted to try to figure out a simpler version of that, and so I started toying with the idea of tic-tac-toe. And now I've gotten to a point where I thought it was pretty interesting what I had discovered, and then I thought it would be also interesting to share with you how I problem solve through this next part, because it's actually probably the most difficult part next, I think. I don't know. And also, I don't believe that the way that I am trying to figure this out, or solving this, is the only way. It's a bit of a conundrum here, and so I wanted to share this with you. So here's where I've gotten so far. I'll try to explain where I am now, and then we will get to the next step. So I created just drop-down menus, X's and O's, so you can say, player 1 and player 2, and select, which one you're doing. This is the X and this is the O. You can stylize this pretty well. I wasn't really stylizing it yet. I didn't want to deal with that just yet. But yeah, you can make this actually a square. I think it's almost a square. Yeah, that's as close to a square as we're going to get right now. I just want to make one more change. There we go. Okay, so we have X's and O's, right? And we can have, there are 3 states of each. It's nothing. We have to do delete, O or X, right? And the win state, here with tic-tac-toe, it's fairly simple. You either get a row across, so that's 3 wins here, a row down, so that's 3 wins there, and then across either way, and that's 2 wins. And I realized I was actually going to start marking these up as like, what is this one, this one, this one, and I realized in a Google Sheet we already have this, right? We have A1, B1, C1. And so we know there are a finite number of winners. There are 8 possible ways to win tic-tac-toe, right? And so I started listing them. So I said, okay, well, if there's a finite number, and I thought this might be an interesting way to do Connect 4 as well, but let me get to that later, because I think I have another solution, but I'll try to remember it later. But here's where I come up with. So A1, B1, C1, if all of those are X's or all of those are O's, then you win. So what I did here is I have an indirect, and I say, well, just give me whatever that is, and then I have 3 of them together, and now all I need to do is, if they're all X's, win. If they're all O's, win, right? X1. What I'm using here is an if formula, and then inside it, and. So I'm saying and, meaning all of these have to be true in order to be true. Right now, if we go in here, it's false because not all of these are x's. But if I go here, and I go x, x, oh, I need to do capital X, right? Capital X, capital X, capital X. Now suddenly all three of these, see, indirect means just give me, basically it's saying, give me the notation that's in C6, and this says A1, so really just give me A1. I did this, I think, because I was just listing these, and I was like, oh, I need those. Okay, I could have absolutely done this. This is absolutely like a sort of saving step. I could have just done equals each of these, and then did this if and around here. Totally, totally possible. I just chose to, I wanted to visually see all these representations, right? What's A1, A2, so we need to do the columns. A1, then A2, A3. And this is going to be B1. See, this is super boring, right? But we're only going to do this once. This is not a thing we have to do each and every time. Wait, no, we want C1, C2, C3. And then the last thing is the diagonals. A1, B2, C3. A1, B2, C3. And then it's going to be the opposite way. C1, B2, and A3. A3. So now I have all these indirects here. I'm just going to copy and paste these down because they're all just referencing here. So now we have all of the possible wins. We have 8 different win states here. And we say, okay, well, that's a winner. And honestly, all we need to do is put like a, what is it? We want to filter for everything in here that is not false. I don't know if this is going to work. I always try doing not, and it doesn't work. And it doesn't work. I think I think I need to make this I6 to I13 equals. There it is. That's what I had to do. Not is a weird formula. I always, or maybe it's not weird to you. You figure it out. So now we're gonna just filter for everything that's not false, and then we're gonna get, for most of the time, when there's not a winner, it's gonna be an error. So you want to say, okay, equals if error, do nothing, or if error with an R. There we go. So this is going to be our win state. So let's do this and this. And actually, I'm going to put that there. That's who won. This goes there. And now, as we play, right, player 1 and 2, player X, player 0. Let's do an O. And now we see them filling out here, right? And we need to get 3 in a row. We need also capitalize. Oh, wait, we need an O there. And then who's going to win? It's going to be X. So X won C1, C2, C3. Why didn't it work? Oh, because I didn't take this formula all the way through. There we go, 1. Oh, we have to, okay, I see what happened. So X1, we say X1. But what if 0 won, or no wins, right? What if these are all false and nobody won? It's a tie, right? So right now we just say filter. That's not going to help us. That's not going to get us here. Let's put an O. See, nothing. Okay, we need to get 2 more wins, 2 more states. Okay, so if X wins, then one of these will say X, so that's cool. If they all are false, so they're all going to be false. But if all of these are filled in and it's still false, then it's a tie, right? And all of them need to be filled in. So let's see, See, all of that is filled in. So basically, this states this is 24. So let's do this. Let's get rid of this and do if count all F6 to H13. If that equals 24, then we're going to put tie. It's a tie, right? So that's what we want. Now, if it's not 24, then we're going to add a little comma here and say, okay, if it's false, what should we do? We should go, we want to know where is the 1. Okay. So they're all going to be false unless they have a win. So if, then we can do if, you can do a search. You can do search for, what are we searching for? I always have to get this. Search for x1 and text to search I6. I don't think we can do join. Join with nothing. Value I6 to I13. That's it. And we're searching for x1, right? So if we don't find it, it's going to be an error, right? If we do find it, if it's true, so we're searching for x1 in all of this join. Let me just hit enter, see what we get. If we're going to get a value. If in search valuation cannot find x1 within that. So what if we did have x? Let's do the correct state. So really what we're doing is we have like a bunch of states. Let me write them out here. 1, we're in the middle of a game. No result. We have 2, we have 3 x's. And that's win. So we'll do state and result. None. X1, O1. If we have 3 O's. And then no, all filled, tie, right? All filled without 3 x's, 3x and 3o, right? That is the only possible things that could happen. We could be in the middle of a game where there is no, we don't have 24 of these, right? 24. And then we could have 3 x's, and so one of those will say x1. See, this one actually says 2, 1. 3 o's, which will say o1. So let's do o. Right, that is, generally speaking, if you're playing a game. Oh, here we have 3 o's, and we have false here. So we haven't even added the o1 yet. So let's see. So if this is false, we want if we could do this either way, if O's is false or if so let me just copy this all, because this is going to be the same if and then we're going to say O1. Okay, we want to change this to O. Oh. And if both of those are nothing, it'll say false. Okay? We could do something like this. So if both of these are false, it'll come down to here, and it'll say keep going. Maybe we say keep going instead of false. And then we can also do a false here. Nope. So also we need, so that's false and false, we'll keep going. So what if we did that, and, okay, so we have a state of a win here. So if search x1 join, if you can't find that, we are going to do an if error here. But instead of doing nothing, we're going to search again for this. So we're going to search here. I think that's it. Search for O1. And then that might have an error as well. We're going to do that later. All right. I think we need to get search. Starting it. So it's going to have a number. That's what's going to happen. So this will result in a number or an error. So if error, now search this. And if this is an error, then neither x1 nor o1, but we know it's not a tie because we know if it's all 24, it'll be a tie. So we can say if error here. We can add here. It's really hard sometimes to keep track of where you are in a long formula when you have a lot of formulas. So using this, there's a little gray shading when you're on a parentheses. Definitely make sure to use that and understand where you are in the spot. So we want it to say keep on going. So what is going on? We're in the middle of a game. Oh no, we have the O is 1. So we need to find that. O1. So this should have searched and found a number. So, we don't want this. We want nothing. So now, if error, do nothing. And around this, if the result of this is over 0, right? If there's a number, if it actually found x1 or o1 in that join, then we want to, what do we want to do? We want to go I guess we want it to say one or not. Then we want filter for everything not keep going. Filter here. Like 6. Filter I6 for not. This equals keep going, right? So now, we have a false. Oh, we are so close to this. Okay, let's figure out where we went wrong. Okay, so if count all is equal to 24, it's a tie. Cool, so if we complete this all, let's just double check that this is gonna do what we want it to do. It's a tie, right? So we have that down, but by the time we get here, we might have a winner. So we have a couple winners here. We have false. All right, let's try to figure this out. Where did we go wrong? Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. Okay. So we got this correct. If count all equals 24, it's a tie, right? Next, if it's greater than, if this is all, let me get rid of this. Where is this? If error. So is that if error working? Oh, is there a false maybe here? No? It all says keep going. Why does it say false? Must be some kind of if function. No matches. What are we matching? Okay, let's just double check. We got a parentheses here. Our parentheses there. If. Oh, I think this is in the wrong spot. I think we need to add a parentheses there. delete that one. If, and then add another parenthesis. Oh, I think we missed 2 parentheses there. There we go. Sometimes it adds parentheses at the end if I don't get them, and then it confuses the heck out of me because I actually missed a parentheses in the middle. So what I did, so this is really good. So I mentioned this just a couple minutes ago. Use these gray highlights to understand where you might have gone wrong. So hopefully this works. So this if function is here. So actually, I don't want it to end here because I want this to be if. No, wait. Really? This should be here. I think this is wrong. Yeah, there's an error. Definitely an error. I'm missing something. What am I missing? This one is if error. That's correct. If. Ooh, we have 2 ifs and only 1. Oh, did I mess this up earlier? If count all, it's a tie. And if, so this one goes there. That is definitely it. There we go. Now we're cooking. So we did put extra, still false. Why is it false? What is going on? Because you're in the middle of the game. So if, oh, nope. Let me delete this. So we're this if. Let me just delete that and see where we go from there. I think this filter, we can rewrite this later. Let's go back into the core. So we said search x1, join. We're looking for x1. If we find it, we'll find a number, right? If we have an error, let me get rid of these if errors and just do these searches first. Get this correct. Oh, here, search. I think I found it. It was this here. Okay. So we have a search here, and it says search here, join. Search x1 for this join, and if we find it, it's going to have a number, right? If this number is above 0, then it's going to be true. So then we go x1. If this number is error, so we go if error, then we want to search again and search for O1 in here. And if this is a number, I think I'm doing this wrong. Oh, no. So we add another if search is above 0, then O1. If not, right, we're going to do keep going. Keep on going. So that means these are all error, error, error. I think I have to add another if error, or maybe this one works. If it doesn't work here, we'll know why. In search, yeah, O1. So we do need to do another if error right here. And if error, comma, do nothing. Nope, keep it going. So what I'm doing is I want to know that we got the actual result. We're going to come in and change this back, but I want to know which one it actually is going to. Keep it going. So now we are in the middle of a game. I think we figured this one out. We are in the middle of a game. So all of these say keep going. And both of our searches, we're looking for a winner. We're constantly looking for a winner. We're looking for O1. We're looking for X1. It's going to show up over here if we actually have our winner, right? O1. Wow, so it works. There, if we have X, X1. Cool. And we want to know, okay, so none of those are actually, keep it going is the second one. Because I think we added something we didn't need to add here. Keep on going. I think this will never happen. Because if the search is, if you have not found X1 and you have not found O1, you'll have an error. So this one is probably unneeded. Keep on going. We'll probably never see that, I think. Again, let's just check the tie. This is nope. Oh, it's a tie, but there is a winner. Okay. So we have, if you win on the final one, we have a problem. And you might, if you're watching this video, you might have figured that out already. Okay, so we need to add something where instead of just always if you get to the end, it's a tie. It's not a tie if the ninth key is a winner. Okay? So how do we figure that out? So we want to override this. It's a tie. So really, the thing we should do is, oh, I know. We should do the searches again. Because, yeah, it will only be a tie if you fill this out, right? If you fill it 24. But there is the state in which it is filled out, and O has won or X has won, and you want to state that. So instead of it's a tie, is we want to do this entire search again, except instead of keep it going, it's a tie. Okay, so I think we can actually do this. Let's just copy this. See, now this says O1. See, we can, well, Google Sheets even helps us here. It knows that right here, this says O1. But because this overrides it, if count all equals 24, it's a tie, that overrides it. So really, we want if error, wait, we have it already. So this, and then take out it's a tie, and put it right here. So now it says O1. If this is X, it's a tie. So the only time it will be a tie is if everything is filled out here, all 24, and it doesn't find a winner. Cool. So, that was actually way more complicated than I thought. Oh my god. We can definitely make this more beautiful and more interesting. We definitely want to put this all in another, on another page. But because this was so riveting and right up until the very end, I don't think we got it. Yeah, so we see let's just like double check that we got it correct. In this video, I've showed you use of indirect. Obviously, we don't absolutely need this, but I think it absolutely makes this a little more elegant, where we can tell what the winners are. And in fact, this sort of leads into Connect 4, right? Like, this may be a solution for Connect 4 because you can state, oh god, there's just going to be like 100, an exponentially larger number of potential winners in a Connect 4 situation, right? But this might be a way to get to a solution for Connect 4. But we made tic-tac-toe in a Google Sheet. I will give you access to the sheet as is. I'm not going to make it any different. I think we'll just, let's undo those grid lines. Let's do this. Let's fill this in. This will be the thumbnail, probably. We'll have a X. You did so well. How many? X1. So maybe make this a little bit bigger. Okay, I can stop fidgeting with this. I'm going to take a screenshot of it. Thank you for watching Tic-Tac-Toe in a Google Sheet. If you're a Better Sheets member, you have access to the sheet. If you are not, you have access to the video, I guess, if this ends up being on YouTube. Become a Better Sheets member if you're not already. AppSumo is doing a deal now on it, so whatever it is, whenever you are watching it, in the description will probably be a link to Better Sheets in some way, somehow. But hopefully this was fun to figure out how to make tic-tac-toe in a Google Sheet. And this was actually, I was supposed to do it to Connect 4, but still haven't figured that out. And I don't know if this is the most elegant solution for Connect 4 either. But at least we have this. And if you want to take a shot, if I don't have it yet and you don't see Connect 4 in a Google Sheet, then you should try creating Connect 4. You should try creating Connect 4 in a Google Sheet and comment below your solution, share your sheet, and enjoy. Thanks so much. Bye.